as you listeners know, every time we have guests on, we have a few questions that they must answer if they want to continue the episode with us. We will cut you out if you do not answer these questions.
3 questions across the bridge. Yes, that's
right. But yeah, we have these Clubhouse questions. You guys, you can answer them in any order. We'll throw it out to you guys, and just respond as you feel. And we will start with Tyler's question.
Nice. I like being first. Just kidding. So we've covered it ad nauseum on the podcast here, but one of my biggest influences in my sort of movie tastes and my sense of humor was formed by my grandfather on my mom's side. He showed me all the goofy slapstick comedies like Young Frankenstein or the Three Amigos and that sort of stuff, and that really sort of set the trajectory for my taste in movies. And so I'm curious for all of our guests who that person was for them. And also, as an alternate question, or maybe a bonus question, I'm always curious to know what people's favorite experience is, whether it's like in a theater or just watching a movie in general, just a favorite moment you can think of, watch just movie related, if that makes any sense. Like for me, a moment that stands out for me was the first time I saw The Lord of the Rings in the theater, when Arwen turns the river into horses, and it just like dropped my jaw, and it was like a cinematic moment that I'll never forget. So if you guys have anything like that, feel free to share. If not, we'll table it for later. Candace, why don't you go ahead and start us out?
My father really molded my movie taste. He grew up in India, and going there, like only the big blockbusters of the Hollywood movies would come, especially musicals. Musicals is like, Bollywood.
Yeah.
They're big in India. So musicals especially were huge in my house. Sound of Music, Grease, My Fair Lady.
Very cool.
So, yeah. And movie memory, which actually reminds me, is my father taking me to the 20th anniversary of Star Wars when they did the special editions when I was a kid.
Oh, nice.
So
and
cool.
Even though I was like an elementary schooler, I was like thinking, I'll just like humor the old man. I'll go to the movie.
Sure.
I'm not going to like it. It's some old movie. And then
some popcorn.
Like once like Princess Leia showed up and I'm like, she's a princess and she's cool. I'm in.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure.
Hooked. I like
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
What a nice tie into the episode. Have you seen the Apu trilogy, Candace? It's called I don't know if it's officially called the Apu trilogy, but that's what we've been calling it. It's a trilogy of films made by an Indian director, Sajit Ray, right? Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, we just covered it on the pod. It was made in the 50s, guys. I don't really remember. We just barely covered this, but it's really incredible stuff. It's not. This guy sort of studied under some of the like Italian filmmaker powerhouses of the time, and then brought that style to India and made a really incredible story about a young man and how he grows up over the decades in India. So with your Indian heritage, I would say check it out for sure. And regardless of your heritage, definitely check it out because it's incredible. It really floored us. We had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, mostly the movies I've seen are like musical Bollywood musicals.
It's not
just,
that. It's not that at all.
Those were like the movies you could rent, like at the Indian grocery stores here, like in America, they would have like a rental section.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And they would like mostly like have like the musicals there, more of like the happy. I don't think I hadn't seen that one, or at least maybe that's what my father just always wanted to watch.
Sure. I mean that's good stuff.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, if you get a chance, check it out. Arezou, what about you?
My movie tastes were influenced by my parents, by both of them, because they both have a fairly wide range of movie tastes. And they also have collected movies my whole life, like used to be VHS and then everything got turned to DVD. And even now with streaming, like they will still buy physical media. And like, so will I, honestly. So It was everything. It was like Mel Brooks. It was rom-coms. It was sci-fi. It was just very wide ranging. And they both like both of them. So, and like my brother and I weren't allowed to like watch TV during the school year. So if you're going to sit down in front of the TV, you're committing to a movie.
Sure.
You're not just going to sit here and mindlessly watch.
Cool.
Watch like cartoon after cartoon. So
love it.
we were like, as soon as we were kind of ready to handle it, like on it would go. Like I saw Amadeus at like 7. Like this is how it was. And they're like, you like music, you'll get this. And then so stuff like that. I don't know why I picked Amadeus. It just came to mind. But like,
it's so good.
So that was that. And then the movie question, going to tie it to Star Wars, was a couple years ago at the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. They were doing a series, which got unfortunately cut short by the pandemic, but they were doing a series of screening the original trilogy, and then they were going to start to do the sequels at the Toronto Symphony Orchestra with the full band playing over the movie. Cool. So I missed A New Hope, but I bought a ticket on a whim to go see Empire Strikes Back. Just went by myself in the, the symphony hall full of like kids in costume and like families and couples. And it was really, really cool. And they kind of encourage people to be interactive with the screen. So they're like, if there's a moment you love, cheer. If there's a character you hate, you can boo.
Nice.
Like say the lines along with them. So, an entire auditorium saying, I love you, I know at the same time.
Right.
And then cheering.
Man.
That was like such a good experience to see it on a big screen with the live music and all that.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
I love these questions because I feel like I sort of get to live vicariously through those moments, like
I know, seriously.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got to do something like that once with the Utah Symphony for Singing in the Rain, which was super fun, but like it's no Empire. But I mean, I love Singing in the Rain, but man, I can't imagine seeing the Empire. That John Williams soundtrack would have been great. My question, I talk to people who love movies. The thing I love to ask them the most is Desert Island. If you could take the filmography of one actor or director with you on the island that has a TV for some reason, but nothing else, I always want to know, like, who are you taking? You get everything they did before and everything coming down the road. So
it's got a VCR, a projector.
VCR, yes, we're going to send everything in a VHS tape to you. So it's going to be grainy, but you get to have it. Arezou, who would your Desert Island actor or director be?
This stuff stresses me out because I like so many different things. I think I've settled on Ewan McGregor.
Hello there.
Both so I can take the prequels with me and so I can take Moulin Rouge because that's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
So that was my driving motivation.
That's great.
This answer is dope because like my question is typically, that's why I add the second one in because everyone's like, oh, it was my dad. It's usually family related, but we've yet to have a repeat answer to this question. And I love it. It's so cool.
It's so cool. And you get the Obi-Wan series coming out.
I'll get the Obi-Wan series.
Train Spotting. You get a lot of. I don't know why you want to watch Train Spotting.
Why would
I watch Train Spotting? Sure.
I mean, yeah,
it's
great.
Me out, but I like
it. You get Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. Yeah.
Oh man, so good. That's an awesome answer. I love it. How about you, Candace?
Oh, I figured out a way to get around. I picked Anthony Daniels, who plays C-3PO, because then I get all the Star Wars movies, Clone Wars, and Rebels.
That's a solid answer.
So you just have Star Wars on loop.
That's what my life is right now.
All right.
If I'm on a desert island, I need my comfort movies. And like Star Wars has been a comfort to me since I was 9.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I'd carry around my VHSs when I was sad. I was like, I'm going to go watch Star Wars.
Love it.
That's rad.
That's so cool. That's a great answer.
That's awesome. Well, mine is unfortunately going to be difficult to pull Star Wars into because it's a round that Ben came up with. We essentially did a round where we called it Unsung Gems, which we covered movies that we love personally that we perceive is underrated or underappreciated by everybody else around us. Usually a movie that none of our friends have seen or that you don't feel like enough people have seen. And so I would like to know what your guys' unsung gem is.
Arezou, are you ready or should I go?
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay. So this movie, it's called Simply Irresistible and has Sarah Michelle Gellar. It came out like in the early 2000s. It is absolutely bonkers. It is about a woman who becomes a chef and she meets a magical crab. This is all live action.
Wow.
I remember this one.
Yes. And she learns how to cook from the magic, or is it herself? And like she puts her emotions in foods. She falls in love. It's just insanity.
I love it.
In the most perfect way. I love bad movies so much. As much as I love like a classic.
Yeah.
This movie, like just me describing it, it doesn't sound real, right?
I mean, yeah. I'm still stuck on the crab. I haven't heard anything you said.
Well, you
since
had me
then.
at Sarah Michelle
I'm just
Gellar.
like, wait, what's going on?
The crab
was
at the
already
end has a little tuxedo because he's at a fancy restaurant opening.
Well, yeah,
of course.
you got to dress
Okay,
up.
I'm not
Inspired
lying about this.
Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Can't be caught underdressed.
It's not CGI though. It's like
Before Ratatouille, there was.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch
I don't
it.
think I've ever heard of that movie.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
I also think the crab was like added in later on. So it's like we need to explain where this magic comes in. Someone
We
grab
really
a
got to
crab.
spice up this ending. Give me a tuxedo for a crab.
So as you
Oh,
were
wow.
talking, I had to take care of a technical issue, and I forgot the name of the movie. So I Googled Sarah Michelle Gellar crab movie, and it brings it right up. Just so we know.
That's so good.
What it's me.
The SEO is on point.
Oh,
It knows.
I want to hear the drama behind like the costume design. Like this tuxedo's a little too big for this crowd. We need
The crab's
someone
like
to
coming
take
out of
it
his
in
trailer.
Yeah.
Do
yeah.
we want a white jacket or black jacket? What are we doing here? So good. Oh man.
How about you, Arezou?
So every underrated movie I've ever seen has just flown out of my head. But I was thinking there is a version of Beauty and the Beast. It came out in like the mid 2010s and it's in French. And the live action Disney one, I swear, borrowed their concept art
Oh
and
really?
made the movie. Like aesthetically, it's so similar,
Huh.
But it's
Wow.
better. But it's better. It's
like
better.
I like the
Dang.
Disney one, it's fine, but this
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
is better because it's a little weirder and it's a little darker, and they kind of go into the prince's backstory a bit.
Huh.
The
And it's
costumes. Oh, the
The
costumes.
costumes are
Ah.
stunning.
Oh,
So
dang.
It's dubbed and subbed, so either way, it's accessible.
Arezou, would you say Raylo is a Beauty and the Beast story?
I would
Oh.
say Raylo's
There, we tied it in. We did it. We did
Here we
it.
go.
I didn't
Okay,
even start
All
perfect.
it.
right.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming on. That's been a
Is
great
the-
episode.
It's a force, not a
Yeah.
magical crab.
No,
There we go. We tied it all
Yes.
together. Star
That's
Wars.
awesome. That's so
We did
good.
Thank you.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I saw the live action one, and I mean, yeah, like you said, it's fine, but this sounds great. Just
Yeah.
a little bit weirder,
The
which is
cast
nice.
like A+. There's some angst in the prince's backstory.
Oh my gosh.
I
She has
love
a
it.
type. She has a type. Remember this?
Angst. Okay.
We like a little angst.
You're like,
All
Little
about
angst
the
in our
angst.
guys. It's so good.
That's cool. Well, thanks for
Congrats.
answering those. Yeah, I love that segment. Great to get to know you guys a little more.
for sure.